Hello, and welcome to A Taste of. This game is immediately unsettling. Yeah, this is a little spooky. This is Echo, a game that I've heard some things about. You can make it blink by clicking. This is a little too close for comfort. Let's start the game. Well,
All our songs were about it. A magical place of life without end. A palace of untold wonders. But only for the worthy. So our lives were desperately dedicated to qualify. Pinpoint perspective on the great reward. Only I never wanted to go. Those words alone could mean death. So when I ran, I knew it meant never stopping to catch my breath. If I wanted to live. And so it was. Yet here I am. The place I spent my whole life escaping. I feel like shit.
Of course you do. Your wound has healed. The pain is from the stasis and will pass within a week. The nausea will linger, probably intensify when you start to realize that more than 100 years have passed. Everything you knew is gone. This is not another one of your running away from home excursions. Your grandfather won't send someone to pick you up this time. That's all gone now.
So you decided not to like me. But you've had a century to plan what to say, and that's it? How about you screwed up the best deal we ever had, or you come waltzing in here giving orders, or even Foster died because of you, you stupid bitch. I don't like me much either. But I can fix this. I can bring him back.
Well, that's an interesting opening. I'm hooked. I'm super hooked. I don't know what's going on, but I'm hooked.
I don't know how you hope to achieve that, little miss, but I suggest you start your efforts by laying back down. Loss of motor skills is common even for experienced long haulers, which I suspect you are not.
I suppose you had a long time to mull things over. Nothing I can say will change your mind.
Camera controls are a little wobbly, but makes sense given what he said. Gotta make sure to keep my bed clean, just in case. Ugh. Maybe I should have kept the bed open so I could use its light. I don't know. That door opening gave me a bit of a frighten. Now, I do know what the idea of this game is.
Oh, you mean the cube? Yes, I had a very good look at that while you were asleep. I think you're in for a disappointment. Nothing suggests any sentience. No interface to access the thing, nor any reason to do so. There's nothing in there. It's just a pretty cube.
If we knew how to operate it, we wouldn't have had to come here. This is how I see it. You don't answer to my orders, and yet you took us this far, so clearly I'm not the only one hoping that I can achieve something. I can work with that.
Not hope. Respect. For Foster. God knows why, but he wanted me here. The stupid lighter proves it. I suspect staying wasn't even an option, considering how you stumbled on board covered in blood, demanding departure a week ahead of schedule.
Yeah. Respect, then. That'll work, too.
Just want to observe the red lights there and over there. Little spooky. This entire thing's a little unsettling. Also, I like how our character looks. Do wish she moved a little faster, but I get why she's not. Well, I can see this for this game straight away. This game looks phenomenal. Let's touch this cube.
I need a suit. I don't see anything but ice.
It's not ice. I don't know that we can even trust what we see. This whole planet eluded detection until about a week ago. No visual cues, no gravitational pull, nothing. Even with the exact coordinates, I nearly missed it.
We're looking for a palace.
Why am I not surprised?
Give it a rest, will you? Can you see any structures on the planet?
You're looking at it. It's all one big structure, planet-wide. No palace, though. I'm guessing it's some corporate state's illegitimate mining project from the pre-requisition rush. That would explain the heavy clouding measures. The planet is most likely depleted of all resources. An empty shell. Hope the old man didn't pay too much for the coordinates.
You have no idea. Just get me down there. I'll go see for myself.
crumbly.
You should get off the surface too.
I like our
What a
spacesuit.
strange place. It's impressive, really.
I'm enabling the suit's assist mode to compensate for your inexperience.
Rude, but thanks. I noticed that there was some, like, divots here.
There's something here. It must be some sort of release mechanism. Did you hear that? It's definitely doing something.
I have a feeling we're maybe opening something we shouldn't. But also, I'm really curious as to what this is.
Look, there's an opening down there. It's too far to jump, though.
The suit will soften your landing if charged sufficiently.
And if not?
It will stop you from leaping.
Well, that's nice. You got a pretty
The suit
cool
reads your
suit.
intentions from your synaptic activity and receives commands from your voice or eye movements. A bit archaic, but Foster trusted that suit with his life.
Cutting edge doesn't go well with space travel. The journey here alone made the suit an antique.
It's not the suit's performance that worries me.
Rude. Okay. Information. Massive triangles are charged. Hollow triangles are empty. That wording feels a little wrong. And the cells auto-charge. Makes sense. Oh, but only the core cell. Makes sense. Ooh. Very icy.
It's falling apart. It all looks strangely warped. I wonder how long it's been here.
A composite like that should last forever, but it all looks ready to crumble.
It must be ancient.
I want to make up front, this is not an exploration game. There is more to it than just this. But I don't want to tell you what it is until we get to it.
This place was made for humans. It's not just a machine mine.
Most digs have a basic infrastructure if human presence should be needed. Probably also rudimentary living quarters. Doesn't mean anyone was ever here, though.
Gramps believed the place to be untouched by humans. A palace built by long-lost technology, patiently awaiting its first human inhabitants. And you figure this is no more than a bootleg mining operation. Got to appreciate the contrast.
I generally lean towards plausible explanations. Your grandfather, well, everything he believed in, he made up himself.
I don't know about that. He had the coordinates right.
Look around you. This obviously isn't a palace.
Your man might have gotten some aesthetic details wrong, but he wasn't the kind of person who'd risk everything without some kind of proof.
I really wouldn't get my hopes up.
How do I turn down the volume on the commentary track?
You are overconfident. Immature people often are. You should be taking notes every time I open my mouth.
I actually really like this interplay between these two. I have no idea where to go, so I'm just kind of assuming I'm going the right way. Something tells me that no matter where I go, I'll end up where I need to be. Oh, slip and slide.
Slippery. What exactly are these structures then? Have you seen others like them since you're such an expert?
I've had my fair share of halls based on wild speculation. It doesn't matter if it comes from desperate need or delusions of grandeur. There's never anything there but bitter disappointment.
Was this with Foster?
Before Foster.
I got the feeling you two have been together for ages.
I've been crisscrossing the spur for 1,000 years. Foster was with me for 1.5 centuries.
I might cut out some of the travel time because I'm not doing a playthrough of the game for you guys. I would leave it in if ooh, my head get all beepity beep. I wonder what that means. Ah!
If you've only been with Foster for 1.5 centuries, you hardly knew him at all. I mean, we've been traveling together for 1 century, and we only just met.
100-year haul is quite the extreme. Foster's longest was 16. I knew him plenty.
He trusted you, and said that I could too. That you would help me.
Foster didn't leave me much choice. You don't mess up a job for your grandfather and then team up with the person you were sent out to get in the first place.
You could have just handed me back.
You really are naive.
I think you're doing this because you believe there's a chance to get your friend back.
You're so caught up in your homemade religion that you're oblivious to common sense. I warned Foster about you resourcefuls. Best not to deal with your kind.
Why did you then? Get involved, I mean.
Foster disagreed. And gold makes for a powerful argument.
There's something about the aesthetic of this world that seems interesting to me. I don't know. It's working for me. I totally get it if it doesn't for you, though. Also, this looks like some Geiger-ass shit right here, to be honest.
There must be a way inside down there. That looks like some kind of landing bay.
It looks like nothing of the sort.
You know, you're nothing like I expected from a friend of Foster's. Such an odd team.
An old rescue vessel from the Requisition and a man without a past. None of our marks knew what hit them. And then we were gone. The stuff we pulled off. You wouldn't believe it.
I believe it. I was one of your jobs.
A thieving rich kid with a gambling problem hardly qualifies. I got the brief. Not much of an extraction, really. No one giving a shit about you where you dug down. Only challenge Foster could see was that your grandfather wanted you to willingly hand back whatever it was you stole from him.
You're wrong about everything. Even Foster.
I seriously doubt that I am. He was good, Foster. Always had his eye on the ball. You may think you knew him, that he felt sorry for you, but he would never let that happen. I don't know what went wrong that night, why Foster died, but I'm sure you don't understand much of it either.
Sorry, I didn't mean to threaten your romance.
Cute.
God, I love this sassy robot. He's so fucking pissed at us. He's just so done. He does not want to hang out with this teenage girl. I think we want to go this way.
Finally, something.
It does look like a door. Eee.
It's stuck. I need some force. Does the gun pack any punch?
Costs a cell to fire the gun.
Wow. I like it.
I'm taking the gun offline to preserve energy.
Rude. I feel like he's joking, though. Our flashlight is not very good, because I cannot see very well. Well,
I'll be damned. Are you getting all this?
I'm with you.
this looks swanky.
He was right. It all looks completely untouched.
And yeah, this is what I would consider a palace, if you were to ask me.
You were right about the palace. What's the plan now?
We get Foster back, and then we leave.
I was hoping for something more specific.
I suppose we're looking for some sort of apparatus like the one Gramps had.
Would that be the Soul Sucker?
I'll know it when I see it.
Even if you did find the thing, this place is dead. What mythic technology might be here is now useless.
We just need to power her up. Tell her that we're here. I can feel this is going to work out just fine.
Hello? Anyone home?
I'm moving down. There must be some sort of power below the halls.
Anyone home? Hello?
Shouting. Is that your plan?
Hello?
I recognize these. They look like the stone faces at the gates between the garden terraces. Maybe it's a door of some sort. We called them gatekeepers. They were supposed to make us ponder if we were worthy to pass.
You're not getting through without power, and this place is dead.
I'm sure we can find some power. Presumably, anyway. Down I go.
Look at that. It's a voice.
It looks like a tuning fork.
Yes, obviously. The resourcefuls call them voices. Strike them and let the true tone interfere to find clarity and enlightenment.
Ah, of course.
What does that mean?
The suit detects a pattern to the sound, and the decryption is kicking in.
Fancy. Try to find more of these.
This is meaningless. Foster is dead. Some things just cannot be undone. Think about it. If you could capture the souls of the dead in a cube, and then bring the person back to life, surely it would be a huge industry.
It's not like that. I know for a fact that he's in there.
I have wondered how you came to believe that, but I doubt that I'll agree with your reasoning. You resourcefuls are too far removed from reality to make sense. You've seen nothing but the bought and paid for fairy tale designed by your grandfather.
Well, the reality of my fairy tale upbringing was that it was all about this place. No, even before that, my genes. Graham spent centuries creating his resourcefuls, carefully picking potential from the gene pool. We were created to come here, and this feels very real to me.
That's a little unsettling, to be honest.
Now, these I know. We had rings exactly like them in the gardens.
The suit detects a small gravity charge inside the scepter.
Perhaps it can power the big door. The pedestal looks like the activation mechanism.
Just out of curiosity, what's the higher meaning of keeping scepters displayed inside huge rings made of gold? It does seem a bit much, even if you are filthy rich.
The rings were not for show. They are part of our training.
Oh, and you do what exactly? Step inside and feel wealthy?
Not quite. The rings spin up, and the challenge is to get out in one piece. At first, staying in there is the only sane thing to do. But as the hunger comes, the rhythm of the spinning starts to sink in. At some point, you realize that starving eats away at your chance of making it out. Then the leap. Most wait too long.
Right. You almost had me going there for a while.
Suddenly taking the side of atheist robot man and not side of Grandpa Eugenics, who put all his kids in a wind turbine until one of them didn't die. That's a sentence I just said.
By the way, I don't know if you noticed that there were no other exits from this pit than the big door. How I hope the scepter will magically make it open.
It will work.
Must be nice always feeling that the world will act in your favor. It doesn't, though. My guess is that you will learn this momentarily.
We will see. I feel bad about not getting all those tuning fork things.
Now, let's see.
Nothing. What a shock. Looks like you might be joining Foster after all, just not the way you imagined.
I don't get it. What Gramps did to hundreds of resourcefuls for this? I saw it the day I came to you. The subject lies down on a marble surface with a strange silver pattern. And the silver unfolds, pierces the skin, and slithers inside. In about half an hour, it consumes everything. And all that remains is an empty slab of marble and a newly formed cube.
No.
He called it the translation. The flesh and the soul shall enter the palace through separate doors. We said it 1,000 times, never realizing. I didn't catch Foster's soul in a magical cube. He was dying, and I translated him.
You killed him. The fact that your grandfather did unspeakable things doesn't prove he was right. That Foster can come back, that's insane.
It was the only chance we had, and believe me, I'm good at chances. I gamble for a living, remember? That's how I stayed alive all these years after leaving the gardens.
Well, this time it didn't pan out. Look at you now.
You think I'm giving up?
Told you so. Okay.
Do you see
Onwards.
that? The dim glow.
The activation of the door must have triggered a chemiluminescent. Not uncommon for evacuation purposes.
I've been really liking this
This is huge.
atmosphere.
This hallway alone could easily house all the resourcefuls that ever were.
You finding anything here without coordinates would be a miracle. I compared the quarters you're in now with the overall structure of the planet. The palace is everywhere, all the way to the core. Huge sectors separated by the outside structures you were in.
Really like how atmospheric and cool this is. Do wish the intro was a little shorter.
I've got to give it to him, the old man. This place is spectacular.
Nothing but an infinite palace would suffice for you resourcefuls.
I wish you'd stop calling me resourceful.
It's what you are.
I had the training, but I never bought into Gramps' vision. I never wanted any of this.
Yet here you are.
I was 6 the first time I ran away. I hiked for weeks to see what was beyond the gardens. When I finally reached the wall, Gramps was there waiting for me. There's nothing out there but people living like animals, fighting to please their immediate needs and desires. They have no ambition, no perspective. Why fight to get the best out of the little time you have on Earth when you could be fighting to have much more? He went on about the wonders of the palace, but he had already lost me. All I could hear was the blood rushing in my veins. I wanted that. To fight for the here and now. I decided that I would do whatever it took to make that happen. So I went back with him, to follow the training, figuring I'd need it to get away. And I was good. He called me his prize.
Gross.
Before the term, I was young, just shy of 15. I've been out for 7 years now. Not really what you'd call a running away from home excursion.
Not really, no.
London, you've got to believe me. Foster was a bloody mess and wouldn't have made it out alive. None of us would if I tried to escape with him like that.
He gave you the lighter, so he must have wanted me to take you here. But he would never buy into your grandfather's delusions. It's so far-fetched it almost makes me sick.
Almost there. Just 100 more paces. Goodness.
Is that a throne? Look.
Hell yeah.
This must be it. It looks exactly like the thing that made the cube.
Something's not right. I'm picking up a whole load of anomalies.
London? Foster?
Well, something bad has happened. Seems we may have turned the place on a little bit.
Foster? Are you doing this?
Ben, I thought I lost you. Massive power surges are blazing through the outside structures. And the gravity clouding nearly tore me apart.
She's waking up.
More like malfunctioning. If those reaction veins cross... Wait, what's that? Something's wrong with your HUD.
I think it's the cube telling me where to go. It happened when I put it on my back.
Unlikely. The suit is hard-coded, and all blocks capped to the minimum. No room for adding to or altering the code.
And yet, there it is.
Hello?
See that? The suit's being enabled to interface with the palace. Maybe it's Foster trying to help.
Foster was many things, but not a systems physicist.
Why are you still denying that we have a chance? Everything around us is a marvel.
Everything around you is critically unstable. I think the whole place is malfunctioning. You should be getting out of there.
Look, I got a new waypoint, and it's a lot closer.
She was, for a second there, she was the one controlling, not me.
Not that way, evidently.
Ah! No. No. Immediately unsettling.
Look at that.
Ooh. The orb.
Did you see that?
Did not like the
It
orb.
charged my suit.
I don't know what sort of holographic phenomenon that was, but it was extremely compatible with the dual retention system of your suit.
Okay, so those orby things recharge my energy. Ah!
Look, there are more of them.
Power for your suit won't be a problem. The outside of the palace sectors burn red hot, but even inside the walls and floors I read a buildup of gravity charge.
Why would anyone need power on a scale like that?
I hope it's not part of the malfunction. Overcharging would be catastrophic.
Always seeing the bright side.
Oh, another tuning fork. Well, the little model of a house. Getting some unpleasant vibes from this. From the,
This is bad, N. The palace system's shut down, but it's still charging. The jewel mass is nearing the Dirac child limit.
Oh no.
That felt horrible. I couldn't move.
It was a massive energy discharge. It must have made your suit brace.
The lights have stabilized.
The discharge kicked in system processes planet-wide, but it's producing a lot more energy than needed. Building up charge again.
Oh, this place looks very beautiful. But also I'm incredibly unsettled. This is gonna be a spike dart. Yep.
Anyone home?
Oh. Uh-oh. Ah!
Another discharge.
There's air now.
Oh
How
no.
is that possible?
Put your helmet back
Don't
on.
know. The chemical composition of the environment was altered in the blink of an eye. That must have been what the energy buildup was for.
It must have been. Can't be anything else. Cube went red.
What the? Flowers? They weren't here before the blackout, right?
No, they were not.
I guess it's part of the welcoming package.
We've been recording for an hour. This is horrifying.
What's that?
That looks like something.
Look, there are more of them.
Uh-huh.
Everything is so neat. Weird how it scatters these chunks all over.
Uh-huh.
What the? This one moves.
Worse, it's alive. The sphere appears when humans or animals are detected in close proximity, but this...
Oh. Oh, that's an unpleasant sound. So many living things. So many living things that I don't want to get near. And put your helmet on back, please.
What are they? It can't be Foster, right? I mean, the palace did try to read the cube and then malfunctioned. This can't be the palace attempting to bring him back, right?
No matter the intent, that's not Foster. It's not sentient.
No, that's not Foster.
What does that mean? I get color now.
The suit senses a threat. Yellow means that you might be noticed. Red means you're targeted.
Oh. Okay. Danger sphere. Oh. I don't like the sounds of orange. It sees me. It knows me. It wants to touch me. I don't... This... Even knowing what this is super unsettling. And I would like it to stop, please. Or be a little faster. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
They'll be walking soon. Are you still sure this is a good idea?
Uh-oh.
I don't know what's most absurd. The palace populating itself with these grotesque hostiles, or you charging on like you'll be able to survive when they're fully evolved.
I never expected this to be easy.
This is incredibly good build-up. I don't think I'm gonna be able to play this as like a personal person. And hello. Hello, me.
What is this?
That's you, Hen.
But why would it build copies of me?
And the danger end! The danger end! Is that E or F? Can't tell. Ah!
The red spikes suggest that you won't survive another encounter like that.
I don't get it. Why would the palace copy and then attack the first human to arrive? It makes no sense.
The constant crashing indicates deep corruption. Those creatures must be part of that malfunction.
Ah!
Hey!
Oh, okay. Okay, noted.
Hey!
This, by the way, is, the thing that I knew about. Oh, goodness. Oh, goody goodness. Stamina. When in close proximity to an enemy, tap F. Okay. Out of the way. Yeah, shit! Get off of me! Okay, we can run now. Cool.
I'm bringing the gun online. Each shot will kill as many as you can line up.
So, this is what I know about the game. These guys are you. They are not your friend. In fact, the opposite of your friend. Get out of the way.
They're getting up.
No, get away. Goodness. Pick that up just in case.
I thought you said the gun was lethal.
It is.
So, the palace resurrected them.
Who knows what this death trap is capable of? My guess is things will only get worse.
You really need to work on your motivational skills.
Oh, the tuning fork. Oh, you can only sprint while blue. Oh boy. Where is my stamina bar, by the way? Vikings, yeah.
Hey!
Uh, It's definitely not pleasant to strangle yourself to death, huh? This is not completely silent and will alert other enemies in close proximity. Good to know.
They're everywhere. I can't see anything.
Use your area scan.
Area scan. Hold Q to deploy. Okay. Uh-oh. Now, hold R to call out, tap the whisper. Neat. Uh-oh.
I'm out.
They're getting faster after each blackout. If they swarm you, use the gun's riot function. It's
Riot
not lethal like the main driver, but it will knock down everyone in close proximity.
Now that seems useful. Vermilion, oh no. Okay. Interesting. Okay, that's how that works. Oh wait, I should jump down. Oh, cannot jump down. Yep. Into darkness again. Ah, dang it.
What is that?
I have no idea.
It's creating weird imprints of me. How strange.
Strange is the norm in this place.
Okay. Another one of those shadow things. Another one.
What's that?
The matter is strengthening your suit's ability to retain energy from your surroundings.
Oh, okay. Upgrades. Cool. I think everything's okay now. And it's another throne.
It's closing fast. You won't make it.
It feels like this damn suit is slowing me down.
You're just out of stasis. It's protecting you.
I don't want that.
If you insist, it'll be painful and your range limited.
Okay, we can sprint. Cool. Go, 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 go! Interesting. A little shadow. There you are, I can ignore you.
What's this now?
It activated a new interface. I wonder what it's monitoring.
You should probably try and collect these orbs.
It's counting down. But to what?
Oh, come on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She has a gun and she's pointing it. Uh-oh. That's not good.
I bet the pavilion will open when I've collected enough orbs.
Person up here. Strangle. Yeah, they're starting to have guns in their hands. That's... Whoa, Spike. So yeah, this is the big thing about this game. They're starting to have guns in their hands, and we are shooting them. That is because they're learning. Every time that little shadow pops up, they are learning something about how to move. She's got her gun up. She wants to shoot us. She just hasn't learned how to shoot yet. And that's a little horrifying. The reason why I wasn't talking about it is because I thought it would show up a lot sooner. But it did not. And that's a bit unfortunate. Because it's something that really needs to be brought up pretty quickly about this, I think. Oh, wrong button! And yeah, that was unavoidable. Okay, I'm not gonna do all that. I'm gonna leave it there because I have been recording for an hour and 30 minutes. I got to show you off a big chunk of theoretically how this game plays. Didn't get to show off the unique part of it, but I got to show off that this game very deep, very in-depth with what it's doing. Hope you all enjoyed. Take care. I know I like this a lot.